Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 6th, and yesterday was World Teachers' Day. And if ever there was a group of people that needed appreciation, it's teachers. And I'm trying to think about how I would fare in the environment that these people are working in right now. Now, I taught at Nassau Community College for 26 years as adjunct faculty. And I have to tell you, I loved every minute of it. And it's not easy teaching. And it's not easy teaching, especially today, in the midst of a global pandemic. Now, teachers have become more vital. They have to navigate how to help students adjust to distance learning and to adapt to the COVID-19 guidelines. That requires special safety precautions in the classroom and in the school. It's a totally different environment than they've ever seen before. Even though COVID-19 has been around now for about 6 months, the teaching community, has not come up with a firm solution. It's not their fault. This virus has attacked in many different ways and in many different waves. So while it might be somewhat quiet for a week or 2 weeks or a month, and then it flares up again. So the teaching community has got to be agile, flexible, ready to react to whatever the environment throws at it. And that's not an easy thing, considering that most teachers are used to standing in front of a classroom and interacting with their students. It's difficult to become a virtual teacher. A great part of teaching is the interaction between the teachers and the classroom and the pupils. That's missing when you're teaching virtual. It's difficult to get a feel for the pulse of the classroom when you're looking at a computer screen with many faces. So teaching this year has to be like nothing any of these teachers and students have seen before. This involves much more than teaching. First of all, we have to be sure to give our students tech support. Not every student can afford the technology that is required in this environment. Not every student has internet access. Another issue is, getting kids fed. Many kids come to school and eat lunch, and that's missing. And that's an important thing. The camaraderie of the lunchroom is an important thing. So that's missing. That may affect the learning process in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure how. So the teachers and the administrators are fighting on many different fronts this year in order to give kids the quality education that they are entitled to. I don't know how this thing is going to work out. I don't know when we look back on this time whether we will see that those people who are educated like virtual and live in some hybrid combination came out of it as well educated as those kids that spent their entire career, their learning career in a classroom. But I think all teachers are motivated to do the best for their children. I think that most teachers are determined to do the best they can under what many consider very unusual and awful circumstances. I think there's one thing that has to be analyzed and has to be recognized, is the effectiveness of sitting in front of a computer screen for 6 hours and taking classes. I'm not sure that the average student can fully concentrate while doing that. I think it's difficult for most people to sit in front of a computer screen for a long period of time without their mind wandering. I think it's a difficult thing, and I don't know whether there's a way to measure that. But that's what it is, and hopefully students will adjust to that. But it'll be very interesting to be able to analyze the results of virtual learning for many students. And here's a strange notion that I just had. I think that young children, maybe kindergartners and first graders, will do better in the virtual atmosphere than older students who have been used to classrooms and they have to adapt to the hybrid or total virtual environment. I think that most people don't really understand the life of a teacher, the difficulties of preparing lessons, and the difficulties of ensuring that the students in their classes get a good education. And when we look at teachers around the country, not in our metropolitan area here, but around the country, the average school teacher is making about $60,000 a year. And that's if they've been at the job for 5 or 6 or 8 years. I don't know what it is. It's different all over the country. But I don't think that's a hell of a lot of money for a teacher, for people who are responsible for creating great human beings in the world. I don't think that's a lot of money. And this is difficult and challenging time, probably more challenging than most teachers ever thought their job would be. And let's hope that they continue to do the good job that they've done in the past. So I don't have much more to say on this. I just think that World Teachers' Day is a day that is well deserved. I don't know what they do to honor the teachers on this particular day, but it's a well-deserved day. So in any event, I will see you in the morning. Bye.